Three, two, one. Hello, everyone. Hello, world. Good afternoon. Actually, it's nearly evening here. I'm coming back again live at you on my series. This is episode 53, Business Live Talk with Kadek. And this time we have a very special guest from the Philippines. She is a happy person. That is my first impression of her. So I'm so glad that she honored my invitation and saying yes. To those who watch me online for the first time, please do click the like button so that next time if I come live at you, you got notified. Why? Because I always come live at you at least twice a week. This is where I dedicated this business page to share the business that we are in, the amazing community that we have, the full support that we have. If you are looking for a solid side hustle, or you are a full stay-home mom who's looking for another income stream to be able to do it while you're looking after your kids or family, maybe this is what you're waiting for, right? So without further ado, I will bring our guest in. Give me 2 seconds. There she is. Hi, Charlie. How are
Hi,
you?
Kadek. Hi, thank you for inviting me here on your show. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon from wherever you are watching us from.
Firstly, thank you so much for saying yes to my invitation. I know you're busy, but I really appreciate. I'm so grateful to have you here on my page.
Of
All
course,
right.
Kadek.
Yeah, sorry to cut you. All right. So, without further ado, if you would like to please introduce yourself and also include your big why you decided to become a digital business owner.
Okay, so hi, everyone. I will greet you again. A good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you are watching us from. My name is Charlie May, and I am from the Philippines. I am a nurse by profession. I've practiced nursing for 10 years, and the last 5 years were spent as overseas Filipino worker in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. So, and now I am also a digital business owner. So I started this business just last year as a side hustle while I was still a full-time nurse in Riyadh, Saudi, last September 2021. And just this January, I just came back to the Philippines. I was able to bring my business back to the Philippines. So now I am working as a full-time digital business owner together with my family. So in connection to that, my biggest why. So why am I doing this business? I am doing this business because for one obvious reason. I am tired of being away, of working away from my family. So I started to look for an option for a second plan B or a second stream of income that I could use. I was really looking online, an online business or an online job, whichever that can help me provide for my family so that I will be able to generate income while I am together with them, while I am in the arms of my family. So that's actually the first reason that I ventured in this business because I didn't want to go empty handed. That if I resign from Saudi, so I do not want to go home, to go back to the Philippines empty handed without anything. So, uh, uh, literally, I was never unemployed because from resigning, from being a full time employee, I became self employed. So
Mm-hmm.
now I am a boss of my own. So yeah, that's it. Actually, there are a lot of reasons, but I think that's the biggest why I did this business. Mm.
Oh, thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that with me. And now you're back home and you're doing the business
Yes.
full time. You are working towards your big goal. How awesome is that? And the one that you wanted, which is you want to be home without being empty handed, which is awesome. And I'm so happy for you. That's how I felt too. If not because of this business, I won't be able to come home to look after my mom who's unwell at the
Mm.
moment. I'll be having another headache trying to find a job in here in Bali because actually Bali's economy is shutting down now because we are mainly relying on tourism. And with the pandemic, the
Mm,
tourism is shutting
yeah,
down.
I know.
So yeah, so I'm so grateful. So I'm coming live at you from Bali, Indonesia. This is my third month of unlimited holiday. I don't know when I'm going back to Australia.
Wow.
Even though my business is registered in Perth, Australia, but I can run it easily from here without no issue at all, because that's how the beauty of our platform and system, right?
Yeah.
It's once it's set up and running, one it's registered, you can take it with you wherever you go. So yes. Okay, before
Good.
we move forward, I would like to say hi to Giselle. Thank you, Giselle. She's watching from PNG. And she's and also Sam. Hi ladies. He's watching from Osaka, Japan. And she's June watching from Australia. Thank you for your time. Please do put in the comment if we missed something. So please join us. All right. Let me Oh, how do I get to the comment? All right, leave it like that. I would like to ask you a question again. So you started last year, and I want to hear from you. What is your favorite thing about the business? Your favorite part of the business so far?
That actually, I have a lot of favorite parts in the business, Kadek. But
Okay, go ahead. Go
okay.
ahead. Mention three of them. Three.
Okay, I will mention three. It's very hard to choose because everything has been awesome. So, the first one is the flexibility, definitely the flexibility. Because of this business, I am able to do things that matter. I am able to do things with my family. I am able to, bond with them, cook with them, clean with them, eat with them, go out with them, even, and then the business is still running while I'm all doing that, the business is still running. And then it connects to, I can do, because it's flexible, I am able to do my business anytime and anywhere. So even if I am in the mall, in the grocery, if I do have notifications about the business, I get to check upon that. I get to work on my business without actually working on it, and then the second part is actually the community. I really enjoy the community. Once I went inside this business community, I saw the very positive and very supportive people that we have inside, because they are able to help me since I am still new to the business. It hasn't been so hard for me to start to build my own business as well,
Mhm,
because I have them as my support system. And
mhm,
then third of all, I enjoy the content creating. Actually, I enjoy designing for all these. That it's like the knowledge also that I gain from the business, because we have a training system, so that is a video based step by step. So I get to learn from all of this because I don't have any experiences or knowledge about marketing, because I have been a nurse all my life. I have been a full time nurse, so I don't know anything about that. So the learning I get from that, including the content creating from the Facebook, the ones that we do in Facebook, how we market, how we create this content, and how we make it fun and creative. I am really having fun with that. So there, the top three.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I love that three part too. I love all of them, but I want to, since I got a chance, I will add another one. One of my favorite is that there is no cap in the revenue term. There's no cap in the how much revenue we can earn, and there is no time limit. It's like, because I'm so used to working as employee, so I've been working as employee for almost 20 years, right? So as an
Mm,
employee, for us to be able to surpass the income of a manager or someone who started earlier
yeah.
than us, it it's kind of really hard, and it took me 5 years to be in that level, right? But while in
Mm,
our system, in the online space, 2 years equal to 10, 1 year is equal to 10 years in the traditional
yeah.
um, business, right? So we can we see it ourselves, thousands of people, they only just started less than a year, but they earn their revenue
Mm,
is way above people who started within 2 years, because in our
mm,
business, it's depend on our effort, right? It's depend on your
yes,
own goals. If you want to you set up your goals high, then you put your effort in there, you put it. If
mm,
like myself, I'm doing it. Yes, I'm full-time mom at the moment, but because I'm busy with my girl, because busy with my family, I'm looking after my mom, I have to do so many things, so I can only put 2 hours, sometime an hour, depend on what I'm, what is
mm,
the day like that day. So that's the result I'm getting. But to those who have bigger goal, they can put bigger effort, they can put more time, more
mm,
investment in themselves, so they can reap the goal like closer than, if faster and closer than what they think, right? So that's what I
yeah,
love about this business too, because you literally like nothing out there that you have to start like at least 2 years or 3 years so that you gain this revenue. It's not like that. And also, you can stay here for 5 years. If you don't do anything, you don't get anything, because this is a real business, right? It's need,
yes,
even though most of the living have heavy lifting done for us, it still needs our
mm,
touch, human touch, because you will have,
yes, yes,
as a business owner, we have to put our effort, and as to brand also have to share it to the world, right? Let the world knows about this blessing, right?
yes. It has
Yeah.
endless possibilities.
Yes. Yes. So true. So I forgot to ask you, how did you came across this business, this platform? Did you saw it on from your friends, or how did you find out about this business?
Actually, it's a funny thing. That's why I always tell everyone that this business found me and not the other way around. Because
Okay.
because the pandemic was my turning point. Being a nurse actually for me was not a choice. I really didn't want to be anything inside the medical field. When I was a teenager, yeah, uh, upon graduating high school, nursing is not one of my choices. But because I was born in the era where when nursing was very booming and has a high opportunity, a job opportunity, so I just took on the chance because okay, so why not take on nursing and then go abroad and then save a lot of money and then go back home. So that's what happened. So and then I became a nurse and then came the pandemic. It's like the situation worsened. It's like it has magnified 10 times because the I cannot say depression or no, not that. It's like the because I didn't want to be a nurse, yes. I learned to love it because of my friends, the colleagues that I get to know in this business. But
Mm-hmm.
there is still something missing because this is not really the profession that I want. Because I really
Yes.
want to be a businesswoman, Kadek.
Yeah.
So that is why. And then all of a sudden, I was getting depressed because in our hospital we get to go home for a vacation every 6 months, and then the pandemic came. I did not come home for almost 2 years, and that kind of depressed me. The pandemic was taking its toll on my mental health, so I thought that I needed change. So what I did, I kept on looking for opportunities online. What can I do as a side hustle, like an escape plan? What can I do so that if I go home back to the Philippines, I will not come empty-handed? And then I saw this ad of my coach, and I saw, oh, this is what I wanted to have because my coach is a full-time mom. Actually, she was just postpartum, like 2 months postpartum when she saw the business, and then she
Mm-hmm.
also has a toddler, so she has two young kids. And then uh, she started the business. She was able to run her business, to manage her business in just 2 weeks. So it was up and running for 2 weeks, and then okay, so there is income coming, generating income, which is surpassing her husband's income because they have a single income household. So when they realize that her income from the business is surpassing her husband's income, so she stayed on that and she worked on the business. And then her husband, during the pandemic, lost the job. So this business actually saved them. So I and then I just imagine a full-time mom generating income, that only income, that sole income in their supporting their family during a pandemic. She was able to gain revenue together with her family. I said, I want that. I want that too. I don't want to go abroad again, to go overseas again just to work and then away from my family. It's so depressing. So yeah, and then when I saw that, immediately I watched this webinar. And then when I watched this webinar, it was like, of course I was skeptical. But so what I did research. I did my due diligence. I searched for everything. I watched the webinar several times, like maybe 5 times or more. And then, but I still got the same emotion. So I think, why not? I mean, at least I will have no regrets after. I will not have any
Yeah.
what ifs. So I took on the chance and now I'm here. I'm happily together with my family here in the Philippines. Hmm.
Perfect. I'm so happy for you. Well, to me too. It took me weeks to
Yeah.
stalk my mentor and coach of FB Facebook account because I saw her ad on Facebook while actually I'm not looking on Facebook. I was looking on Google because yes, I do have
Mm,
Facebook. I don't really use it for, if I want to look for something, I'm not going to look on Facebook, but
mm,
I was looking on Google, but then that's how clever it is, the technology nowadays. I'm searching on Google, but then Facebook think, okay, Kada is looking for something like this. I might show her this ad. So I saw her ad. Was like, she's working, like you said, she's working next to her boy from home
mm.
and then from playground, from the beach, from
Yeah.
the travel destination. And she said she is generating a lucrative income. I was like, what?
Mm.
I want this. There is
Right?
something like this in the world exists. Where am I before? Why I never see these things? So I'm like, this is too good to be true. So that's why I was like, oh, all right. But I really want it. So I was talking her Facebook. I'm talking. I even read all the comments underneath the post that she made to make sure that she's a real person, to make sure
Mm.
that this business is real, because so many things that is not genuine out there in the online
Yes.
space, right? So, yeah, I'm glad I took a leap of faith and then I took my due diligence, find all this answer, find everything, and here I am now together with you. We meet here
Yes.
now. We are like-minded people together with the 110 plus, maybe 111,000 now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
last
never
time I
know.
checked was 110,000 worldwide. The volume speak itself, right? If we are not
Mm.
legitimate, if we are not that good, no, but it's not going to be growing that fast. We've
Mm.
been in the online space for 5 years now, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Charlie. I want to. Okay, would you please have last word? Advise our audience who are skeptical like we were before. What is your advice to them?
Okay. I always say this to everyone. Just like me, what happened to me, I was also skeptical. I did not see the. I also saw this as too good to be true. But what I did, I researched. Of course, that's what you do. You have the internet for you to verify this business if this is true or not. But I always say that you will not have an informed decision, or you cannot decide. You will have a lot of questions in your mind if you don't take that first step. And that first step is watching the webinar. It's even free. It's complimentary. You don't even have to pay for it. I mean, watching 90 seconds is such a short time for your one day. In one day, you have 8 hours to sleep. If you eat your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you have 3 hours. And then after that, what do you do for the rest of your time? Or let's say you have work, so your work will take 8 hours. So that is 20, 16, 19 hours. So what are you doing at those 5 hours? You are surfing the internet. Am I right? So that 90 minutes of the webinar will not take so much of your time. Excuses will always maintain as excuses. If you really want something to change in your life, it should start from you, within you. No one or nothing will help you unless you help yourself. So we are not here convincing you to hop in also in this business. It's up to you. There are a lot of options, but we are giving you this option, which is for us is good. So if you check the webinar and you think that this is also good for you, and then you decide, at least you can make an informed decision, right?
Yeah,
That's it for me.
that's so true. Thank you so much for that. Yes, and every one of us, each one of us who are being successful now, run our very own business, a revenue stream under our own name that we can pass it, we can build the legacy and pass it to our generation. We all started by watching the workshop or webinar because that is how our system works. Every businesses in the world has their own system, and this is our system. This is the system that is proven and tested that it's worked for us also. And also, like Charlie said, in the workshop, you will find yourself. You will find all those answers. And if not, come back to us. Ask us question. We will be there to guide you throughout process, but we cannot take the steps for you. Why? Because this is going to be your very own business. It needs someone to be committed to do the business, right? Not someone who feel they forced so that they're not ready for the commitment. Because like any other businesses, the result is vary and it needs effort, right? Because this is definitely not a get rich quick game. It needs your effort, needs the persistence, needs your continuous effort and continuous learning. Invest in yourself. So to do those things, we need someone who ready to commit. And to be committed, you will have to take that decision for yourself. So yes, like Charlie said, take action now and thank yourself later. All right. I hope our life this time can give value to your time. Go ahead, you are very welcome to share these videos if you feel it's giving value to your time. If it's not for you, maybe someone close to you, maybe one of your friends or family need something like this in their life. We never know. So you are very welcome to share this video if you want to. I don't mind at all, and I'm sure Charlie also don't mind. If you feel, if you haven't already, uh, register on my website, which is there. We only need your name and email address, and you go to go. We will send you the next step to your email. And if you are nurse and you're in the Philippines, you feel more resonate to Charlie, and go ahead, connect to Charlie. Charlie, would you mind to mention your website?
Yes, my website is www.lifepilotwithcharliemay.com.
Yes, Life Pilot with CharlieMay.com, because both of us are independent business owner, but we're using same system and platform, and we've been successful running our business. So can you. I hope I'll see you in the inside and see you in the next episode. See you there. See you in the
Thank you,
inside. Thank you,
Kadek. Thank you all.
Paul. Okay,